In this week's episode of Honey Time, we take the dinghy for tacos.
And we totally enjoyed some sunshine.
And we found a really cool place where 100 people were standing in waist-deep water drinking beer in the middle of the lake. It was crazy.
That was the strangest thing in the world. But I think the best thing about this week is we did a total adventure of all of the derelict boats on the water. And I think that was rocking.
So hit the subscribe button, like, comment, do all that kind of stuff. In the meantime, grab some popcorn and a beer, kick back and watch the rest of the show. Well, we just woke up and we had a nice quiet trip down the lake last night, eh?
We did.
Stargazing and stuff, and finally decided it was time to pull over and make some dinner. So we hooked up in this little bay here. We knew there were some buoys here and some around the corner. And
it was pretty dark when we came in last night.
It was quite dark, yeah.
What's the plan for tonight, babe?
Well, we just parked and we're gonna whip up some burgers. So I just seasoned some meat here and I'm gonna make some patties. And we'll get the barbecue it up and whip up some burgers. It's getting late too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's okay.
Late night burgers.
It's like demon dogs, but burgers on a boat.
Yes.
So it's good.
It's good.
Yes.
After the club.
Yeah. Whoop whoop.
Whoop. We came in and we got set up. And I just got up and went to look outside and check on the day, and look at this. There's nobody else here. Nobody in that boat. So there's a bunch of empty buoys and an empty boat on the beach.
Hey everyone, so we've been up and down the lake a couple of times now, and we've discovered there's a lot of derelict boats. So we figured we'd take a deeper look into that this week and kind of do some investigating and find out what's going on with all these boats.
Bouncy.
It is bouncy. How long do you think this guy's been stuck here for?
Not long, because we were out here a couple weeks back and it wasn't there.
No?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's somebody that recently lost their boat. You can see it probably broke away from its origin, wherever that was, but it wasn't set up to be used. The mast was closed. But man, look at that. That's like a, I don't know, several thousand-pound lead keel. And it is dug right into the floor. That's not going to be easy to get out.
That's not moving anytime soon.
No. Look at that.
Well, they got the kicker off, so that's good.
Somebody did.
Let's go explore. It's definitely been opened up and folks have gone onto it. I don't know if the actual owner of the boat has collected their things, but
not likely. I mean, it probably had a kicker on it at one point too.
Yeah.
But there's no registration number on it or anything either, so
no.
It looks like she's been sitting a long time.
Yep.
I'm gonna go take a peek inside.
All right, here we go.
Well, it's a shame. This is a pretty cool little old boat. It's actually not little. It's a Tanzer 7.5. I think I peeked my head inside. Somebody's ransacked it. They've kicked in the companionway door and stuff, and it's pretty shit kicked inside, unfortunately. And it looks like somebody was starting to fix it up. I found a receipt in there from May of this year, so there's a bunch of parts and cables and stuff, so somebody was starting to work on it. So that's a real shame, but I was looking to see if I could find a registration or anything and we can at least report it that it's sitting out here. So we'll send a picture in to the local Facebook and at least just say, hey, it's out on the beach here. But feel bad for the owner. It's a shame. It's a real shame. Too bad. It's pretty cool. It's a solid looking boat too. It's not small.
No.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll report it and see if maybe the owner can get it off this beach. I mean, that's going to be a challenge, the way it's heaved up on here and the keel's dug in. Might be able to save it. Anyway, on to the next adventure.
Dun, dun, dun.
Brekkie time. What do we got here? Look at these brekkie bowls.
We got egg sausage hash with fresh avocado and sriracha mayo.
Oh,
Hope you're hungry.
it's starving. Let's do this. Get a bit more into it, you know? Pull that guy in there. We've both been doing a bunch of reading the last little bit. There's some really great resources, not only for this boat, for sailing in general. And today we're really practicing our sail trip. So we are heading north up the lake. We got a north or a south wind, so it's pushing us north. But we're gonna try and stay on a reach, try and trim these sails and let's see if we can pick up some speed. So playing around with that right now. We just got both up. We've probably already done just with the jib this morning. We had breakfast, just hung out for a bit, did some reading and stuff. Just ran the jib, and we probably did about 15 kilometers, I'm guessing. Now we're gonna try and power things up. See if we can rip it for a little bit. You ready, baby?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. We're pulling up on this barge a couple years ago, right before COVID hit. These guys, they actually have a restaurant. I think it's the same owners. They have a restaurant up at one of the local ski hills here. And they put this whole idea together that it would be a place for people to come and dock and have lunch and a gas bar. And it's a great idea. Genius idea. But because of COVID and the way things went, they had it all done and it's been parked for 2 years and it's just sitting out here, but it's got a floating dock on it. And
so inside that metal shelter is where the kitchen would be, and a couple more tables and whatnot, and then all around the outside edges were cleats, so you could just bring your boat up, you would dock, and you could pop in for a nice quick lunch and enjoy a beverage in the sunshine, and then just get back on your boat and move forward. I think they were selling ice and provisions things and that sort, so if you needed along the way as well. But it's a shame that it never really took off. But hopefully now that things are getting a little bit back to normal, they will be able to make a thing of it. I'm excited. I hope they do, because I think it would be totally fun to visit and check out.
There's very few destination places you can actually hit on the lake. I mean, there's only a handful, really.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the Shuswap's got 2 floating stores and restaurants. There's none on the Okanagan Lake.
No.
And it's big. I mean,
It's a definite missed niche.
Completely. I think we got 270 kilometers of shoreline and not anything like this. So it's pretty cool. I hope they can pull it off.
Look at this cool setup. Like, they've got all the picnic tables outside, and then the roll-up garage doors for the bar and all that kind of stuff. It's a really neat place. I hope they get it back up and going. So this is number 2 of our salvage boat special.
Yeah, what else?
But wait, there's more.
What else can we find out?
Hi. So now we're coming up to 2 very interesting boats. One is a tug and the other is a paddle wheeler, just sitting here on anchor, I think.
Yeah. And
nobody knows what to do with it. We're gonna go check out these 2 really cool boats. Off we go. Check this out. So we don't know the whole story behind it, but there's this tugboat here on the water, and the owners have completely turned it into this awesome house on the water. The last time we were here, they were doing a huge cleanup, and there's a bar up top, there is a kitchen inside, there's a whole bunch of staterooms. It's totally redone, and how cool is that to have your houseboat as a great big tugboat just stuck on the water?
It's called Okanagan. Get the little bar inside. They got parrots and all kinds of stuff hanging off in there. Slide off the side. Like, this is the best use of a tugboat ever. It is so neat.
Hammock on top.
Wow. Wow.
Very well done.
Yeah. Cool place. Wow. Let's go look.
So that is not one of our many boats that have been washed ashore, derelict, whatever. This one is a well-used and loved boat, but it's stationary. It doesn't move. It's right there.
Pretty neat.
And
All
then
right.
we go to
Here we go.
paddle wheeler.
The Fintry Queen. You know what's cool about your boat is when you have your own dock for it and it's attached to the boat.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not like docking up to a dock. Your boat has its own dock. So that's kind of neat.
So that's happening.
So this is the Fintry Queen. The Fintry Queen came to the Okanagan in 1958, and it was actually one of 3 ferries, I think, that actually took people across the lake. That was originally the only way to get across before they put the bridge in that goes from West Kelowna to Kelowna. And it's been around here a long time. It's been converted multiple times. It can hold up to almost 350 passengers. Multiple people have owned it and had different ideas of what to do with it. It was converted into a paddle wheeler, but really it's not. It's just for show. And they use it to ferry people around, take them up and down the lake. So a group bought it, and the idea was that they would use it for recreational purposes. And
Like Ozark style?
yeah, they would, you know, take people up and down the lake and have staterooms, and you could sleep on it and see the lake and restaurant, all that type of thing. But the company that bought it ran into some issues with Transport Canada. They wanted to pull it out of the water and inspect it, but how do you pull a boat like this at this age out of the water, for starters? And secondly, where do you park it?
True story.
The biggest problem that they ran into with the plan with this was where do you dock a boat like this? Where do you pull up and have a port where people can get on and off? Once the ferry docks terminals were removed from either side of Kelowna and West Kelowna, there wasn't really a place for it. But it's been on the lake a long time if you think about it.
Yeah. So this is one of our other derelict boats that we have.
Yeah, and they're just these giant boats, and they're just moored out here in the middle of the west arm of the north end of the lake. And I mean, other than plunking these here, what do you do with boats like this?
I have no idea.
Like that tugboat and this, they're giant boats. Somebody owns them, and they're trying to repurpose them.
And they go nowhere.
They go nowhere. They don't travel anywhere. It's a big boat though. They both are. That one looks more fun though.
This one over here looks so much more fun.
It's got parrots.
It's got parrots.
All right,
And stuff and music, and that's fun.
You know what I'm really
All right.
stoked about?
Let's go see the other end of the lake.
We have not seen the other end of this lake yet. And
We've been all the way south,
we have.
and now it's time to go all the way north,
Then we've hit both ends.
and I'm stoked. Let's do this.
Me too. Let's
All
go
right.
do it. There's no wind, so we're powering through.
Yeah, unfortunately,
It's good though. We almost made the whole trip here under sail power.
we did.
So-
And then it died on us.
Then it died, and you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's so hot, and there's no wind. Having a little bit of motor power right now is not a bad thing. It's cool.
Man-made wind.
Yeah, it's cooling us off a
working
little
out
bit,
okay.
Totally. So,
All right, let's go north and see what we see.
sounds good. Yeah.
This is a thing. You just come out here and you walk out and you float and you drink, and it's lovely.
It's so weird. This is crazy. See you
Check
guys.
this out. Have a great night. Talk to me, baby.
Well, that was pretty fun, hey?
That was awesome.
We did a little impromptu beach party here. Check it out. So this is a shallow spot and everyone just drops anchor and hangs out and party. It's pretty cool.
It was so crazy when we were coming into this area. There was like a big chunk of people and we're like, they're standing, which seems really weird in the middle of this lake because it's such a deep lake.
Yeah.
And then there was all these people just standing around and partying. We're like, what's happening? We have to anchor and figure it out. And we did.
It was so fun. We just rolled up in the dinghy, met a bunch of people, hung out, had a couple of brewskis.
It was lovely.
Got to figure everything out. Now we're back to our hot rod here. So
it's haunted time.
it's sounding time.
Checking out this old restaurant. We think it was a restaurant. It looks like it was at one time. There's a whole bunch of tables and chairs and such inside. It's kind of neat looking.
It is. It's called the Casamela Princess.
Yes.
Cool.
Maybe it was like a little ferry boat or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a big gangplank in the front, so they must use that to get people on and off, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Big.
It was funny because Hanu's just over here, and we've been looking at it all morning long, and as the sun hits the windows, it looks like there's people walking around inside, so we kept going, is there someone in there? Is there someone in there?
Yeah, and it was blowing really hard this first thing this morning, and this thing was making a ton of noise. So I don't know if it's just the water slapping in the inside of the pontoons or what, but
It's like a coffee shop.
yeah, check it out.
Looks like it's fairly functioning. I mean, they've got cups and all that kind of stuff in here, and it doesn't look like well, it does look a little beat up.
It's pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all life raft things in there.
Oh, look at that.
You know, they're not life rafts, PFDs.
Yeah.
It's beefy though.
It is beefy. Yeah. We're gonna have to do some research on this one and
Yeah.
let you know what it is. I'm intrigued now.
I'd like to know too.
Yeah.
Curious, like when did it operate last, and what was its function? What
Yeah.
did it do as a business?
Looks to me like a coffee shop.
It says Lake Cruises Casamela Princess. Lake Cruises. It's so weird.
Oh. It seems like it's a little too much for that mooring ball.
But they also have it stern tied. They got a stern rope pulling it back tight against that rock. See?
Oh, they do too, yeah. Okay, so we just tied up here.
Yeah.
And we're headed over to the Lake Okanagan Resort for tacos and coconut margaritas. That's their signature thing. So there's this nice little bay right in here, which is quite perfect. And then we just go right around this outside corner here, and the resort's right there. So it's another adventure dinghy.
It is, and it's cool because we can get gas, get rid of our garbage, we can do everything, and have dinner there.
Yeah,
And it's cool. It feels like you're in Mexico. It's awesome.
it is.
Good
So
vibe.
we'll show you more in a little bit.
Oh, genius. And they've done a good job with it.
They have.
They got DJs and the whole works. It's
Well,
awesome.
it feels 100% like you've just walked yourself into Mexico. It's so cool. So here's where the docks are. And as you can see, it's totally packed with boats. And you just wait and watch and jump on a spot as quick as possible. And then we're headed over this way to the Tiki Bar, which is always packed and full. And it's late on a Sunday night, and it is totally packed.
Yep.
Yeah. So, welcome to summer in the Okanagan.
Or is it Mexico?
I don't know. Hola!
Taco, taco, taco.
Burrito, burrito.
It's like a nightclub.
Right?
Sunday nightclub. Taco time. This is awesome.
So these guys have the best coconut margaritas. They make them with real coconut cream and coconut tequila, and they're spot on. We need this. Everything else is fine, but we need
Yeah, this is cool.
Like the boaties. So funny. Starbucks. It's a Tamara taco.
Eat it. Eat your taco.